Hi, I'm Chris, and this is the Chris Show. Today, my guest, Moses, one of the greatest leaders, I guess. Oh, I hate this part. I never know what to say.
Oh no, you're doing fine, Chris.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Anyway, Moses stood up against Pharaoh, put his staff in the water, and it turned to blood. He led the people out of Egypt, which was awesome. Remember when you raised your arms when the people were all standing at the sea, and then the waters parted, and all the people went through on dry land?
Yeah.
That was awesome. Remember when you killed that Egyptian, and then you ran away and went to the desert, and everyone thought you were dead?
Yeah.
That was a hoax, right?
Yeah, I wasn't really dead.
Right. Remember when you came back from the desert and went to the palace and stood up to Pharaoh? And then those Egyptian magicians tried to do the same things that you did? Like when they threw down their staff and it became a snake, and then your staff gobbled them up?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, that was awesome. You used to live in the palace, right? And knew Pharaoh?
Yes, I did.
Remember when all those frogs came up from the river? And then they were in Pharaoh's cupboards, and in the beds, and in the ovens? And then Pharaoh asked you to pray for him, and you did. And then all the frogs died, and the piles of them were so stinky.
Yes.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too. That was awesome! Remember when you went up the mountain to get the 10 Commandments from God? Remember?
Yeah.
And then you came down the mountain and your brother had built a golden calf. Remember?
Yeah.
And then you had to go all the way back up the mountain to get the commandments again because you broke the first set. Remember?
Yeah. What about it?
Remember that?
Yes.
Those commandments were really important, were they?
Yes, Chris, they are really important.
Do you remember when you wrote that line? For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sins of the parents to the 3rd and 4th generation of those who hate me, but showing love to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes, in my experience, I've found that God really does show his love to those who honor him and do what he says.
Oh, awesome! So, what happens if I break just one of the commands? Like, if I steal a cookie off the counter, but it's just a little cookie, and not a big one.
Well, you'd still be guilty of breaking that commandment.
Ah, but it's worse if I break one of the big ones, right? Like, murder. Murder's bad. So if I just break a little one, I'm still okay?
No, Chris. None of the commandments are little commandments. If you break one of them, you become a lawbreaker and need forgiveness.
Oh, man. I knew I should have taken that cookie. It was so stupid.
Chris, we might do things that make us lawbreakers, but we can find forgiveness from God from when we ask for it.
We can?
Sure, the goal is to love God and love our neighbor.
Cool. That's awesome. Well, that's it for our show. Thank you, Moses, for being one of the greatest leaders of all time. You're a legend. And thanks for being on the show. Oh, I knew I'd screw that up.
You did fine, Chris.